Greetings and aloha. You're watching JRTV Hawaii, in search of truth, equality, and world peace. So, little rainbow there coming up. Got some good energy here with the golden future on arrival. I've been doing a lot of light work. You can check out those streams. I want to just bring you guys for a quick walk and looking into resolving the issues of criminality, why it happens, and what we can do about it as individuals. Now, it's worth considering that the video I'm in the description below, it explains how how making smaller adjustments allows us to disincentivize criminality and encourage a peaceful society. And I always start off with the ideas of chakra activation and gender separate living or situations like work and school and socializing. That's why I have this idea of a nightclub with gender separate dance floors. So there's more emphasis on fun and music and less on seduction and competition and more on cooperation and joy and mutual enjoyment, you know, in terms of the collectives of men and women and the collectives of the sisterhood of woman and equivalently the brotherhood of man, people collaborating on a better world. You know, when the whole agenda is get money and start a family and engage in intimacy as quick as possible, you know, you get the results that we're having. A still ugly world. And so one thing is this pursuit, I used to attach my satisfaction I derived out of life, out of dressing fancy and garnering some attention based upon that. And a lot of people will draw their enjoyment out of life from starting a family, physical intimacy, and then things like drugs and so on. I'd like to suggest that everything is a drug in a way. Everything is an addiction, or if nothing else, at least an addictive or familiarized behavior. So we gotta protect ourselves, guys, and part of it is being confident in the reality that there are problems in the world, and the reason is because we don't have efficient enough religions and justice systems and so on. That's the beginning. So to admit that, and to admit factual things. A factual thing, for example, is like, you know, in 9/11, the jet fuel could not have burned through those massive, whatever they were, 1.5 inch thick steel girders. You know, you need a tremendous amount of specific machinery and force to create that result. So operating on truth, like operating on, doesn't seem to be any crime, but it still comes up, and you know, we gotta watch out for the bad guy in the dark corner. But often pedophiles that act upon their impulses, guess what? They are people who are within the inner circle of the family and friends of people, the kids. All right, so we need to operate on facts. I'll include several videos in the link below to people who are really experts in the field. I'm not an expert, but I consider myself to have an ability to intellectually analyze things and make for what I call an easy world peace. So obviously easy world peace involves things that are easy to do that lead up to world peace. So things like veganism, it's easy to convert. Things like, by the way, it's too bad all the tourists aren't around, so everything's kind of docked in terms of all the tourist activities, but we find ways to support each other and get through this period collectively. And by the way, tourism, and I was saying, like space exploration, or save the animals, or save the whatever, the pets, whatever. All these things are not essential to human activity, and furthermore, what is also not essential is stuff like physical intimacy and romance and a marriage and a family. Yeah, believe it or not, we have billions of people in the world, and we could just like we learned to be careful and close borders and stuff, we could make a time and effort to take a break from vacations, take a break from procreation, take a break from all these more larger activities, and get back into the basic needs. And here's what I mean by it the chakra systems being like an addiction. So if you don't have food, or if you don't eat properly, then it's easy for people to, or whatever, it's easy for people to manipulate you. Like if you're hungry and somebody offers you something for quote unquote free, which they might be trying to manipulate you with, then it's easier for them to manipulate you. Just the same, if you don't regularly activate through self-intimacy, masturbation, if you don't activate that second chakra, your body's going to be wanting and potentially hoping for somebody else to do it, which obviously gives them power over you. And the same goes with the third chakra, about emotions and feeling good and feeling assured about the world and empowered, and you can do that with exercise, with art creative activities, and music listening, and self-affirming statements, religious rituals, prayer, meditation. You can do all that. But if you're hoping for somebody, and self-forgiveness, and self-celebration and compliments, but if you're dependent upon somebody else to do that, guess what happens, guys?